Okay, this is SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. This game, first time playing it, is good. It gets repetitive next few times. And I redid this in emoji form. And this game needs to be remastered by 2032. This game, first time playing it is okay, but the next few times it gets repetitive, and I wanted to start out with how the game would be, where the Flying Dutchman would be up to his potential. More cameos from past characters, future games into the franchise, and come full circle with the Flying Dutchman. We go through the past, present, and future, and SpongeBob gets to go out of his way to become this half superhero, half ghost, half sponge ultimate character. And I will start here with the beginning. This is the original concept from the game. The routes and the routes are so complex. I am not going in detail. I only took the main stuff from the original game. Before it gets remastered, anybody who watches this YouTube video will, well, should reincorporate the game so the game looks like it was built off of the original purpose than SpongeBob fighting the Flying Dutchman, and then it's just the worst battle ever. It should take all the items, take all the characters, play as multiple characters, and see future things from the franchise of all the games into the original SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman game. And we actually see a picture of all the characters in a picture frame where we actually get to see the game was built off from the original. So we start out where I redone the Krusty Krab as the Flying Dutchman ship, and it combines a lot of elements. We go from SpongeBob's house outside to the graveyard. Gary releases the Flying Dutchman. We go from Patrick, Bikini Bottom, Krusty Krab. We go through the changing tints are gone, the changing rooms, and then you get to unlock SpongeBob's main power, where he has all of the abilities and new abilities that were planned but never got into the game. We go from the Krusty Krab to Rock Bottom real quick, and then through the entire way we get to play as Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy as SpongeBob. We go through everything all the way, and then to Chum World, and then through Goo Lagoon. It gets better afterwards. The next drawing will go in great detail. I'm not a good drawer too, so this is not it. Here it is. Okay. This is the entire drawing. We get a foreshadowing. The remastered game should look like this, where all the characters will be foreshadowing in a ghost dream, where it's the Flying Dutchman is Mr. Krabs' office, the Krusty Krab is his ship. Then he wakes up, almost like the original. They go outside, play fetch, we actually get to see SpongeBob and Gary actually play fetch for a while until the Flying Dutchman comes along. He zaps the bottle, he goes through towards Bikini Bottom, and then SpongeBob helps out Patrick, and then through the Krusty Krab, the changing tents are gone, and then becomes changing rooms until you unlock multiple things more. And I really like the this version of SpongeBob. It's almost like the Lego version of the superhero of SpongeBob. And with the characters that were supposed to stop you actually stop you. We go through all the way through Bikini Bottom, lower Bikini Bottom, and then we get to see Sandy's Tree Dome, but the better version of, and we can explore Sandy's Tree Dome than just, we never actually get to see SpongeBob's into this TV show where the entire tree is actually set. I know she has a basement, she has like multiple floors and her main room. And we go from her dome towards Jellyfish Fields, that's over here. And Plankton is a boss battle. He gets to roam around with Jellyfish. It almost represents the robotic crab in Nicktoons Unite. We get to see early blueprints to other games, other franchises. We go forward through Jellyfish Fields to Chum World, and Chum World, Plankton is a boss battle. They have multiple things. This is a mini side boss character that Plankton made. A lot of games are the same, but way better. More bonus stuff until Lagoon. I really like this version of Larry the Lobster, where he's actually doing the jellyfish. We get to see Mrs. Puff, Bubble Buddy, an early stage of the lighthouse. We go out of their way for the boat scene. It's all cameos and references, and the boating school too. We get a Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. We get to see all the characters, future characters, come into the TV show. And then we get to go out of their way to the graveyard. Or instead of putting it into the graveyard, it's actually in above the town, where the entire town becomes this spooky ghost yard, graveyard thing where it becomes totally cool. And the Flying Dutchman has hundreds of minions and pulls out Plankton, and Plankton builds whatever robots. We get to see them from Battle from Bikini Bottom, the original game, if you can get Battle for Bikini Bottom redone. Now that would be a reference to that game. And then we get to see all the characters, the whatever villains, whatever they have. And then we go, well, this is not part of the ship, but I really like the spinning skull of a Flying Dutchman. That could have been a main boss battle before the actual Flying Dutchman. So, bonus thing. And then the ship. Everyone's there between all the characters there. And Puff is the driver. Pearl's there all the way. Patrick's over there. We might get references. Mr. Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy, and Bubble Body. And we actually get to see SpongeBob use all his powers and whatever into the game and absorb the Flying Dutchman's powers. And it gets better where it keeps the original game, but it also adds more detail, adds more stuff to the entire game than just leave it where SpongeBob, the original game, was SpongeBob fight the Flying Dutchman by himself. No help, no friends, didn't even use the items to absorb power or anything else, and nothing was really done where none of his friends would actually help out. Where we would have seen Patrick help out. Patrick's a little bonus level like character, Mr. Krabs. We get to see early references to other games in foreshadowing of Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. And this game will not be made until 2032. By that time, this video won't even hit what X amount of freaking videos before it takes 7 years to put in, or 10, 3 to 7 to 10 years of this game being remastered and done right. And the original cast and crew probably won't voice all the characters too, because the original characters in the game were somewhat skipped out. There have been a few actual scenes where we get to see the boating school, other places, early things that we would have seen but never seen. And this is where I combined all of the stuff from the original game into a ship, his ship, where he combines everything. I really like this SpongeBob then, this logo. And SpongeBob should be a fun game, and this game won't be remastered until 2032. And this game would be the most coolest game. It would actually be a team rating because we see SpongeBob fight multiple characters, from battling his friends when they are somewhat possessed by a Flying Dutchman. We get to see other characters, other people, and just have fun with this game. Nothing too serious, just have fun. And this game would be ultimate by 2032.